There's a trigger warning attached to this video, so if you need to chat afterwards, please DM me and I'm very happy to discuss. My third and fifth ayahuasca ceremonies turned out to be clearing the pedophilia in my early childhood and also in my ancestral lines, both in my father's line and my mother's line. I often say I come from a proud line of pedophilia in both my father's line and my mother's line, so there's no getting away from it. And I know, I'm smiling throughout, but it's a very serious topic, obviously. And I didn't expect in these ceremonies, I had no idea that I would be doing these clearings, because I've done a lot of work. Like, I've worked for years with psychologists, done a lot of different therapies, studied therapies, and received many different therapies in order to heal the sexual abuse wounds and the pedophilia wounds in myself. And I thought I was pretty cool. Until ayahuasca showed me that I still stored a lot of the memories in the cells of my body that I hadn't fully cleared and I hadn't realized I hadn't cleared. So it was a bit of a shock for me in the third ceremony that I went to the darkest place I think I've ever been to, and it was intense, and I'm like, I'm not sure that I can handle this level. And I just went, okay, breathe through it. And we went really deep. Ayahuasca took me really deep, and there were really dark images and there was lots of moving images around. But I clearly knew as soon as I took the cup that we'd be working on pedophilia, even though that wasn't my intention and I didn't know that I needed this particular type of healing. This is what it turned out to be. So I took the cup and then I went, oh, right, okay, we're dealing with that. That means this is going to be perhaps a slightly heavy ceremony, and it was. And the images came through, and I just really felt the movement of the dark and the dark energy within me. And after, I was just like, okay, I know through the tools that I've learned is you've got to feel the pain to heal it. So I just kept feeling it. And this went on for, quite some time, like an hour or two. And I was just like, okay, I think I'm done with all this pain. I think I've had enough for tonight. And then it was like switch. And I purged a lot, and then I felt so clear afterwards. It was incredible, the clarity that I got afterwards, and I was then able to hold space and to sing and to be a part of that ceremony after I cleared, some of this really deep, dark stuff. And I thought, oh, okay, wow, so I've cleared that, right. Then it came to my fifth ceremony, and it was the first ceremony with my current teacher from Peru. And she's held such an incredible space, and I have never experienced a ceremony like that ever before, and I've worked with her ever since, and it was so intense, and I was literally couldn't move through the pain, and it was like a proper clearing. It cleared out all the things that I really didn't fully clear out the first and the third ceremony. And it went super dark, and I was just like paralytic and purging every which way. It wasn't very pleasant at all, and the pain was so intense, and I knew I needed to go to the bathroom to clean up and all the rest of it, and that just wasn't possible for an hour or so for quite some time. And it was such an intense ceremony in so many ways. And that previous week, I've been working with a hurt part of myself, because I do a lot of parts work, and the parts work I work with people, and I also do parts work on myself quite regularly, because I know that that's what really heals. Like, it's an incredible tool. Like, many tools heal, but this tool really works with the core root. And I've been working with a part of myself that felt not acknowledged and left out and lonely. And I brought her into the ceremony to heal with this like very consciously working through the pedophilia, very, very, very consciously, and just really clearing it on every cell of my body. And after the purging and after, these processes of really, real big intensity, I then I then went into the bathroom, and then I came back, and it was amazing. I was exhausted, quite frankly, so I went for another nap. I went for a sleep. But the next morning I woke up and I was clear as anything, and I haven't needed to re-experience that again. And what I did notice is my inner child grew up from a few years, because one of the incidences of pedophilia in my childhood was I was abused in the hospital when I, in the first few months of after I was born. And so the baby grew up, and so then she was like firmly a 3 or 4 year old. So she was really and that was such a big change for me. And yeah, from that moment on, like, I've never had to revisit it again. And it's, I've just felt clearer in my body from that than ever before. And certainly I'd understood it intellectually and emotionally, but I'd never physically cleared it. And that's what ayahuasca did for me in my 3rd and 5th ceremonies. It was incredible, and super grateful for that. And I do believe in the clearing that I do in myself. It does affect my family and my family line. And if you're interested in using a really powerful tool like ayahuasca to clear some of the really deep stuff, then I'm here for you. I love holding people in these deep spaces. I've been there myself, and I've walked with many people through these deep, dark places. And I know that when we go into these deep, dark places, light always comes and it always transforms. But sometimes it's nice to have someone there to witness your journey or to hold your hand throughout that journey, so that you can reach the light and reach the freedom from the pain. So if you're interested, I'm holding an incredible retreat in Peru in May, the 23rd of May, for 10 days with my teacher in Peru. It's going to be phenomenal. You're going to be able to go as deep as you want to go. It's a very safe container. We also get to go up to a trip. It's incredible. The lands are incredible. It's amazing. We get to go up a trip up the Amazon River and see pink dolphins, and which are naturally in the Amazon there, and go to a monkey rescue sanctuary. So there's a few really light parts, as well as a lot of deep work that we do together to really uncover whatever it is that you're ready to uncover, and the freedom that you want to feel. So DM me for more, and I would love to chat. Okay, thank you very much, everyone. Mwah.